Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you about the prayer and setting an intention that I've done a couple of days ago. And it's about basically setting an intention to have your prayer be heard in a holy site on earth. I said, as a Muslim person, I said to be heard in Al Aqsa Mosque and Kaaba in Saudi Arabia. Okay? So it's my first time including, I've have done it before, but not this way. So, first time including Al Aqsa Mosque. And so I did maybe a half an hour prayer, including everything I wanted to include. Because of just things that happened to me for past 9 years that included in a prayer, justice against those who oppress us and all of that. So I prayed for everyone, all target individuals. I have prayed for to ask, the Creator of all things to give us justice against those who oppress us. Okay, those who have ill intention toward us and our family, whatnot. And so I did that, and I slept on it. The next day, I saw a synchronized numbers. There were four numbers I have not seen before. It was the first time seeing those numbers, and I'm like, let me see what it means. So I said, seeing this number, what it means, just on Google, and what came up was very surprising. Basically, they said, the angels and God are communicating with you. And they wanted to deliver a message to you to your prayer. You have your prayer that you prayed basically for whatnot are being answered. Basically, your prayer are being heard by the Creator of all things. The Creator of all things are basically giving you what you want. Okay? So, and I just kind of thought about it. I thought about what my prayer have included or whatnot, and what did I do differently? What did I do differently that made this prayer actually stands out? Because I've been like praying since my targeting began, and but including the Aqsa Mosque, that's the only thing I've done differently. Okay. So the Aqsa Mosque this mosque is associated with King Solomon or Prophet Solomon. Okay? And it's the holiest site. That's the first holiest Muslim holiest sites globally. Okay? Second one was Mecca in Saudi Arabia. Okay? Initially, Muslims were the holy site would have been Al-Aqsa Mosque, would not been Mecca, because the Prophet Muhammad asked for another holy sites, and that would happen. We're given Mecca, right? The reason I'm sharing this with you, basically, I'm trying to tell you this site is holiest of holy, right? That why the Jews want that site. They know that. But anyhow, I prayed they will never get this site. and I prayed any rituals associated with that site to be basically voided, not be accepted by the creator of all things. Okay? And any rituals being transferred from the US into Israel or Palestine, let's say, to not to be granted, to be voided. So among many other prayers that are included. And so when I've done that, the answer came in right away. The next day, the creator have answered, says, your prayer has been answered, and I'm sharing this with you because you are the children of Abraham, the true bloodline of the prophets, okay? And God's chosen, okay? So I'm sharing with you so you can pray. Include this in your prayer, okay? You're playing. You don't think of it, because I know some of you guys are Christians or non-Muslim, whatever, and do not think of it as a Muslim site and whatnot. Think of it as a holy site, okay? And pray what they've done to you, okay? And pray against all who are involved in your targeting, okay? And God would answer. So then I end up going yesterday to the park. When I went to the park and I was just sitting there, on a bench, I'm just I go to this park very often, go there to feed the animals and stuff. And something came like I'm thinking from the heavens. Something, from the heaven, it went straight into like the middle of my skull. It's like energy. It was very strong energy that went in there. And when you feel it's has nothing to do with your targeting, it's not the people who are actually targeting you send this. This came from the divine, from heavens. I'm thinking it has to do with energy and activation, okay? And it came in, I remember it was so strong, into the point like I was getting a headache, and I stayed on until I came home. It was just going, like it was very strong energy, and it just went through my head all the way into my spine. And because I also ask in the prayer, I ask my DNA inheritance, or the inheritance of my ancestor, my bloodline, the inheritance also of my home planet, okay? So you be creative, just pray for everything, but the major thing you pray for is against your enemy, because we all have a free will to choose who we serve, okay? When people choose to serve governments, corrupt officials, you name it, anybody from the hierarchy of, sits on the top to lower, lower, what you call division or part of the governments, okay? You pray against all who are involved in your targeting, okay? From witches, wizard, warlock, from anyone who enchant, did magic, from someone who have done energy manipulation, from Anybody who gossip about you, anybody who spoke behind your back, anybody who oppressed you and spoke about you in such a demeaning way, just go on. I wing it. When I pray, I just sit there and I just keep, I just keep winging it. And it comes to me, it's like a book. It's like, I just go through many various prayers against my enemy. Okay? And it came. What I prayed for, it came. And God says, the angels, and they said, God have heard your prayer, and my prayer is being answered. Okay? So that's why I want to share with you other target individuals, because strength in number. Even though I pray for you, even though I include you in my prayer, but it's strength in number. So for all of us starting creating prayers like that, the enemy, they're going to be put in their place. Okay? And that's what I want for these people. I don't want them to continue hurt people and get away with it. Okay? So pray against your enemy and God will answer. Just remember, you're saying the holiest site on earth, including Al-Aqsa Mosque, or the land of Aqsa, the land that the Mosque of Aqsa sits on, and because that's a holy site. You're just, you're saying that the holy site on that particular place. If you feel uncomfortable praying for holy site associated Muslims, but just you say the land where the mosque sits on. You're not really praying for the mosque itself, but you're praying on the land. And you ask the Creator to hear your prayer within that site. That why Muslim, when they pray toward certain direction. They pray toward Mecca. You need to set your intention to pray against both if you wish, but Al-Aqsa Mosque is very important. Since you are a bloodliner of all the prophets, your prayer goes really far, okay? You just don't know it. I'm just sharing with you now what I know, what I have experienced. This is something I have experienced, okay? Do not let the enemy get away with murder. The enemy gone away with murder for a long time, and they were not. Okay? So, good luck. Let me know if this helps.